Do not attempt to adjust your programming. You are now listening to B-Movies and Beyond.
Pew, pew. I'm gonna angle it this way. Pew, pew, pew. I like that. Welcome in to B Movies and Beyond, episode 297. Ryan, we are so close to episode 300. It's crazy.
I think we're gonna do it.
I think we might make it.
And then you're gonna send me like a text and be like, "Bro, I'm done." And I'm gonna be like, "Episode 300. That's the one." Peter, no. What was our bet? 10 years or 5 years? Or episodes?
No, I think we're past 5 years. No, I wanted just to get to 365 so that we could do an episode a day. I want to have that right to say that. So we at least got to go that far, Ryan.
Okay. That's fair.
Anything after that, we can quit anytime.
We can take a break.
Yeah, we can take a break after that.
Not even weeks. When's the last time you recorded?
Years.
365 days ago.
Yeah.
No, just joking. I love recording with you.
Me too, buddy. But it was just Halloween. How was your Halloween, buddy?
It was Casey Jones again.
Nice.
Went to
Classic.
Casey Jones. That was fun, and had a lot of fun watching the dude from Fifth Element win the Casey Jones bar costume contest.
Bruce Willis was there?
No, what's his name?
Tucker?
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker was there?
Yeah, with his hair and everything.
Oh man, I missed out.
It was good. Nikki and Nate were great.
They had some great costumes from Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
The Bill Stiller and the old lady.
Kira and Jeremy had some very original costumes. Jeremy was a pirate for a little bit, and Kira was, well, for our episode, she was Casey from Scream, but then I think she was like some Matilda. I forgot the name of the character. She's gonna be mad at me this episode if she listens.
Matilda from the Matilda?
Or like Olivia or some sort of like book character. She did very well at the costume once I got it.
Oh, that's good.
And then Christine was a special guest on Halloween evening, and she was dressed up as Marilyn Monroe. So, in good old Ryan fashion, I was still in articles of people's Halloween costume clothing, so I took her white shawl for most of the night.
It's what you do.
That's what
you like to add on. You like to accessorize.
I'm like a professional wrestler.
So you didn't see any worms?
No worms. I did not run into Heidi Klum.
Bummer.
Yeah, no, I would have loved to thrown some dirt on her and seen if she'll just burrow herself in. Yeah. Dude, that would have been the ultimate exit strategy. Like, what if she was at the party and she just like burrowed her way into like this dirt hill?
I wouldn't be surprised at how much effort she puts into these costumes like every single year, which she just loves it. But like, I just cannot even imagine, like, especially this worm one. Like, well, literally, she said it took her like all day to pretty much get this all makeup on her and everything. But then, like, what do you do during this party? She could barely move. Part of the interview, she's laying around on the ground. Like, you're a fucking worm. Like, what? Like, almost the costume is too much where it's interfering with, having fun at your own party, right? Like, Peter, I don't get it.
Dude, I agree with you. Here's the dude, what do you can't drink alcohol. You can't drink. I mean, you shouldn't really drink anything. You can't drink. And because, dude, how do you get out of that costume to go use a bathroom? Do you think she just...
Yeah. Oh, man. You think they, put, a diaper on her for the night?
Put a diaper on her, dude. Could you imagine, the aftermath of that costume? All right, let's get Heidi out.
And well, it's one and done, man. It's one and done. You don't go back to that.
And you know what? In true celebrity fashion, she should have made it compost or, decompostable. so she can words. They're fun.
Yeah, if she was just rolling around in dirt the whole time during the party, like I don't like. I just imagine like inside the party, it was like she just had a little station where she was just being a worm, just getting filthy the whole time.
Well, Peter, you bring up a good point. Like, how do you think it is to be a worm?
Well, I mean, do you really even have like a brain? I mean, you can literally cut the thing in half and both ends keep on moving, right? So, oh man, if they cut her in half and like
Two
they
Heidi
both,
Klums come out?
yes, that'd be impressive. Very best costume ever.
How do you top that one?
Yeah, you couldn't. I don't. Yeah, I don't. What is she gonna do next year? It's crazy. But
You know what she should have done with her husband? Her husband should have been Earthworm Jim's suit, and she should have been Earthworm Jim.
oh, dude, you should be your husband so that you could have told her that you could have been the suit.
Peter, I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Should be Heidi Klum.
Oh man. All right. Should we get into our question?
Yeah, my man.
All right.
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
All right. This one's inspired by news later on, and we'll unveil the news later. But Peter, you're going to create the next big universe / multiverse that everybody, and it could be something that's already made. You don't have to like create it from scratch. So give me your universe / multiverse that you want to be seen on the big screen and the small screen, and who is the Kevin Feige to run this said universe?
Oh man, that's a big question there. Well, I think some of it's already in the works because like I was going to like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I wanted them to come back, right? But they're already doing that with Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, right? Is it Goldberg or Goldblum?
Berg.
Is it Goldberg? Okay. They're doing their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. So I guess it's kind of already happening, and I feel like they're perfect. Like I love the stuff that they help produce. Like I don't know if they're the masterminds behind it, but I mean like, they help out with The Boys.
Mhm.
They did Preacher. I mean, so many things they have touched that have I would say turned to gold. So I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is in really good hands with that. But what ideally really what I want to see, I want to see them go back to like, old school Ninja Turtles, like 1 through 3, do it like costumes, puppetry and everything. And I'm trying to think who would be willing to do that? Who would be a good show like runner or the front man for this to will this into existence, and keep it pure like what we were, as kids, like I don't know. I can't think of someone that has that. It almost needs to be like Kevin Eastman, man. You need to get the actual creators of Ninja Turtles involved because I think they would keep it pure. They wouldn't shy away from like
too pure though.
I don't. But is that a bad thing? I don't know.
Well,
Dude, Eastman is also like I like his stories. Like I don't think he's afraid to venture off too. I mean, he's the one that came up with, Last Ronin.
True. This is why I like. Okay, so I was watching this behind the scenes of The Simpsons, and if you ever look at The Simpsons, it says created by Matt Groening, but then it says produced by blah blah blah. And so there was a history of blah blah blah. Sam Simon, James L. Brooke, Matt Groening, whatnot. Dude, Matt Groening literally had no zero to minimal input on the creation of the Simpsons TV show. It was Sam Simon and James L. Brooks that should be getting most of the credit to what it has developed today. So, and that was one of the biggest controversies was that it took away from the creator. But they were saying like, dude, Matt Groening can't draw consistent enough and create enough of a story to keep the Simpsons and develop what it was. So I see
what was his input.
Dude, they literally were like, "Hey, we're gonna take the rights of this one." Like that's what it was.
So he would start things, and then they would just like, "We're gonna fix this."
He was the face, and yeah, stuff like that. So, I would say the Ninja Turtles with the original creators, but dude, have some good producers behind it. I think. Okay, let me just say that yours would be awesome idea with Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and the original creators. So let the original creators have their say and whatnot, and then feed it to Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg and let them produce the creator's idea. Instead of like right now, it seems like it's a Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg kind of thing that's coming to fruition, which I agree with you. I mean, like if that's your answer, all four of those guys involved with it, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I like that. That's my answer.
I love it. What I would love to see is an Image universe. So Image Comics. Image. Okay, so there's The Walking Dead. There's I think Boys is Image too, right? Is it not? Is The Boys Image Comics?
Man, I want to say. Oh, I was gonna say Dark Horse, but
You're close. It's Wildstorm.
Okay.
Which is DC. Okay, shoot. So this kind of really what I want to see is I want to see Spawn be produced, and I want it to be produced in the same manner as I'm gonna steal Seth Rogen from you. Seth Rogen and Danny McBride, because Danny McBride did a really good job with Halloween. So he can
up
bring
to a certain point.
a certain point, but I think it can be dark enough, and I think it could be comic accurate. That's what Seth Rogen's here for, to provide this comic accuracy. And there's some stuff you don't even realize are produced by him because it's not always funny. It's not always the bread and butter, I think Seth Rogen's a good one. I was gonna go with him, and I like James Gunn, but we got that later in news. And I want to see my Spawn movie, and I want to see like this universe brought together. I was just reading that Spawn is doing a crossover with DC Comics again, dude. So
Nice.
why not put him in the DC universe or in the Mortal Kombat universe? Put that together.
Yeah, I just find it funny that you're, it doesn't have Todd McFarlane involved with it. So, with your Spawn universe,
Yeah, I don't think he, dude. I don't have a lot of faith in Todd McFarlane anymore. I think he should just continue just making toys.
Yeah, he makes really good toys.
Yeah. So, I agree. The common denominator here is Seth Rogen. He's been really good at what he does. Ready?
I'm ready.
Here are some exciting coming attractions from
B-Movies and Beyond.
We have cinematic
Trailers.
Why do I decide to whisper on that?
I don't know.
I saw you open a new tab.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Me
I'm
too.
checking out some stuff.
Stuff.
Let's blitz through some of these ones that we don't really care that much. So there was a handful that we found. Kind of what I really got from this, and I think we should save them to later, but we're getting ready for the Christmas. Christmas is like right around the corner, and the trailers are coming. But before we talk about that, just today, we're recording this on the 2nd of November. Avatar: The Way of Water? Is that the full title?
Mm.
I know. I don't even care enough to get the whole title.
I like this.
The Way of Water. Yeah.
The Way of Water trailer 2, 2022.
Releasing December 6th. But I felt the trailer was pretty boring. There was some moments where I was like, man, that looks graphically or visually very pleasing. But still not enough to be like, man, December 6th. I need to go see Avatar 2.
Still not gonna see it. Sorry. James Cameron, you You lost me by how long it took to make this movie and the amount of shit talking you have said about every other universe movie that has been successful.
And he's even wishy-washy on his own film.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, people might not go see this, but like it's it's just because they don't know what good taste when it bites them in the ass. I'm paraphrasing, by the way, everyone. Don't
Yeah.
shit.
James Cameron. I don't know. It might bite me in the ass. This movie sucks anyway, but it's okay. Good.
Yeah.
It should be more 3D.
Yeah, shit. 3D's not dead yet.
The technology I
I'll
wanted to
prove
finish
it.
this movie's not even out yet.
Yeah, that's why I had to wait. How long is it?
It's been like
20 years?
20 has been 20 years. No,
It's been a long time.
Peter, I would have been like 16, dude.
Okay, you're right. Maybe more like
2009.
2009. Okay, that's still over 10 years, right? Math.
Dude, we
Yes.
come to the conclusion. I am not the math.
Yeah, you're not the math. So
13
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, new trailer. Not gonna get us to go out to see it. There's a trailer for this movie Troll that's gonna hit Netflix, which I turned off halfway through because it was like there was some English and then there's also some subtitles, and I started getting confused, and then there wasn't any troll, and so I gave up.
Fucking thing sucks.
It might not be, but that's just my process for watching this trailer. It might have been a little bit too long. Netflix, if you're listening, cut your trailers down. Actually, for everyone listening, you don't need your trailers to be like 3 minutes long. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
teasers are perfect. Just give me a minute.
Dude,
It teases me. It tickles me, and I'm more willing to go watch it.
give me like hints of a troll. Don't show me the entire damn thing.
Did they show it?
Avatar, give me hints that there's water. Yeah. Oh, you didn't even get to that part?
I like that this just hints that there's water. Oh, I like it.
Don't tell me that it's the way of the water and show me all the water. Like you just blew yourself. Come on.
How do you just hint like, oh man, like man, I'm really parched, or you just hear the sounds of water trickling in the background, but you don't see it though.
They do all the scenes. They showed all the scenes of them on land and do like random splashes every once in a while.
Just getting splashed in the face.
One last thing about. Oh no, we'll keep on going on. This one I liked, Lamborghini. See, give me hints. Like if you name this Lamborghini trailer with Frank Grillo, like give me hints of Lamborghinis. Like give me little like angles of cars where I haven't seen all of it. Because my thought as a Lamborghini fan / enthusiast is the cars they were showing weren't the first cars that were produced. So if this is an origin story, they went pretty far into the future.
And isn't it? This is an origin story, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it starts off like why he started the company. So maybe this is a good trailer because they're showing some pieces of vehicles and stuff that were later in life versus the early ones. So I might be more vested in the early stuff.
So is Frank Grillo is he Lamborghini?
He's Mauricio Lamborghini.
Oh wow. So I'll be honest, like I put this on the notes because of the fact that I just saw Lamborghini and then Frank Grillo next to it, and most of Frank Grillo movies are not A movies, He's some side characters in them, but you wouldn't say this is a Frank Grillo movie. He's Crossbones in the MCU and Captain America, but it's not Frank Grillo Captain America, right? So
No,
anything that has Frank Grillo really attached to it, it's more like what was it? It was him and Nicolas Cage in Jiu-Jitsu. Wait, wasn't he in that? Yeah, he was in that.
Oh yeah. Let's see. The director is Bobby Mauricio, and he has. Oh, okay. Let's see. Director. He is the director of Crash, the TV series. He did 2 episodes. Okay.
Good work.
Right on, dude. He was a producer of the movie Crash. So I guess he just has that This movie's gonna suck, dude. I bet it's gonna suck. But
Well, I guess we'll find out.
how can I watch this coming out? Is it gonna be like a theatrical release?
Again, I didn't finish the trailer.
Let's see.
Oh, bad.
We'll look it up while we talk about the next one. It says November 18th, 2022. And dude, I think it's getting a theater. It's getting a theater release.
This is so weird. Like, so I'm on his IMDb page. I don't even see this movie. So I'm really confused.
Frank Grillo?
Yeah, I don't see Lamborghini on here. Oh wait, unless it's an upcoming project. Oh yeah, it's an upcoming project. But it's coming out like right this month. Like I just don't. Jeez, this guy.
IMDb's like, wait, is this movie really coming out?
Yeah. I was just looking at all this stuff. Dude, he has tons of stuff in the works, man. This guy works a lot. Holy shit.
He's trying to be that number one, dude.
Yeah.
Holy
all right.
he does. Jesus.
Yeah, that's crazy. Ryan, you ready to get in the holiday spirit? Well, the upcoming holiday spirit?
Mm-mm.
No, you're not.
I mean, Halloween just ended, dude.
I know, isn't it weird? Like literally, it's like 2 days removed from Halloween, and we're already getting a handful of Christmas trailers. Like
Dude, it's not even a handful, it's like a dickful.
Okay, a tickful. The first one, I guess just the Shaft, A Christmas Story 2, or maybe that one should be actually the Balls. Okay, so first one, Spirited. How about let's do that? Spirited for the Shaft. Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell
In his ultimate comeback as Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, straight up. Oh, like it is almost to the extreme now with Will Ferrell in there and them. Like I don't think I ever realized they kind of do similar things, but I think Will Ferrell he's a little bit goofier.
Dude, I think we're getting a mix of like Just Friends or The Proposal with Elf.
I can see it. Well, it's a musical.
Oh my god.
That's the other thing. So it's Spirited. It's a retelling of A Christmas Story, and it's a musical. And yet, like Will Ferrell plays the ghost of Christmas Present or something. I don't know, but like there's a lot of him, and so they're really twisting this story around because it really looks like it's just Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, and Ryan Reynolds plays the guy that they're trying to convince, get him to get in the Christmas spirit, and he's just a total asshole, which I think it's kind of fun because he's just so good at playing that asshole. So it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of Ryan Reynolds though, Ryan.
I know there's a lot of Ryan Reynolds. Dude, like I thought we were going to get more than a year break, but no, we're just going to get the onslaught of Ryan Reynolds until Deadpool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That was a Shaft, right? See? We're getting
He said he's going to take a little yeah, but he said he's going to take a little break after Spirited. So
he did?
So we're not going to see Ryan Reynolds for a little bit. Yeah, that's what Ryan said.
Oh, you got his cell phone number?
Yeah, I talked to him.
Oh, breaking news on that one.
All right. That was the Shaft. On to the Balls. Christmas Story 2.
Peter.
What? A Christmas Story 2 : Christmas? Is that really the full title?
Dude,
I hope so.
I realize what streaming services have done. And this one's getting a theatrical release too, but streaming services have opened the door for what did Top Gun say? It was a legacy reboot or a legacy
legacy sequel?
Legacy sequel. We're getting these legacy sequels that we didn't ask for. I never asked for Hocus Pocus 1 or 2, and I never asked for A Christmas Story 2. Maybe I never asked for. Like, I'm okay with
the but you didn't like watching that trailer though. Like, I found myself chuckling at times. Like, I'm actually kind of excited to watch that. I mean, I'm not going to go out to a movie theater, but like, this is this is what I love. I love this time. Well, I love Christmas time. Like, just like, hey, sit down with the family and put on one of these goofy movies. You know, like same thing with Spirited, because they're all heartwarming, basically. Like that's like they're feel good, and you're gonna leave having a good experience. And like that's what I got from both these trailers, from Spirited and A Christmas Story too. Is like it's funny enough. And I think the other thing, especially with Christmas Story too, is that you can kind of relate to like some like just all the silly Christmas traditions that we do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, why can't we do this with more Halloween movies?
Well, I agree, and you know,
Or Thanksgiving. Why is Thanksgiving the black sheep of the holidays?
oh, dude, it is. You don't like the only movie I was thinking about this. The only movie that you should, I think I watched during Halloween or not Halloween, Thanksgiving, and I think you have to watch it this time. It's a Christmas, a Nightmare Before Christmas, because I don't think it's quite a Halloween movie. It's not quite a Christmas movie, so that means you got to watch it in the middle at Thanksgiving time.
Dude, we should have a extend spooky season until Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, I'm still. Dude, this weekend is just going to be nothing but like all the horror movies that I've missed from during October. I'm just going to be catching up on them. Like it's still always horror. It's going to be spooky. But
I like it. I like your style, Peter.
Yeah.
Dude, I think this movie's gonna look okay. I'll watch it, and I don't know. The other one, Spirited, probably not. But I just have a feeling we're gonna just get the major dicking of Christmas movies this year.
That's why
Really
they got
did.
Shaft. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna get a lot. The other thing, like the Christmas Story too, it looks like there's a lot of the original cast from A Christmas Story, which is weird, especially the little kid Ralphie. So like it centers around him now. He's all grown up, has his own family. It's him telling his family story with his kids now. And there's this right at the end of the trailer, man, when like they had like that in the original where the kid looks at the camera and kind of smiles, like they do that again, and it was creepy as hell. So hopefully they don't do a lot of that, because I might turn it off if they do that. It was too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Peter
All right.
Billingsley, right? That's his name.
Spider-Man scientist.
Yeah, we found out that he's actually been working the whole time. He did not stop after Christmas Story. And he's actually in the MCU. Well, the Sony version of it. No, he was an Iron Man too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, I think real quick. Sorry. I think this would be a perfect moment, just because we're talking about trailers, but we just got, so it's gonna be even easier to find us on YouTube now. They're doing these handles, right? And
cool.
I signed us up. We're at B Movies Beyond, just like anything else on social media for us. We're at B Movies Beyond, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now YouTube. You could do youtube.com/at B Movies Beyond. Takes you right to our page. So
what do we do?
Huh?
What do we do with it?
We upload videos.
Can we like upload other users' videos that we like and link them?
I mean, we could have done that already. You knew that was a feature, right? We could make our playlists of things that we're watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'll show you later, Ryan.
But like, can we get more likes off posting other people's stuff?
Potentially. I mean, like now we can do like a at B Movies Beyond. Like, I mean, like now people can add us, and like it's more social media type stuff. We can chit chat more on YouTube. So I mean, more to come with that. It's brand new, but I'm mostly just excited to really have a legit URL to go to our YouTube page. So check it out. Yes, thank you. youtube.com/at B Movies Beyond.
Absolutely, yeah.
And always go to our website, bmoviesbeyond.com.
Love it. So does that mean that instead of being on Twitter and arguing with people about the DCU and the MCU, I get to argue with them on YouTube?
Absolutely, yeah.
get into this news.
Absolutely.
News. Yeah, absolutely.
News by us. Oh man, dude,
Right.
we're gonna be this close to being like so rich and inside the MCU. Okay, I just threw this piece in there, dude. We're talking about sequels. Don't get mad at me. We have Avatar 2, the sequel we never wanted. The Christmas Story 2, the sequel we never wanted. Hocus Pocus 1 and 2, the movie series I never wanted. And what else were we talking about? Oh, Dodgeball. Justin Long, hot off the presses of his awesome movie that I just watched,
Barbarian.
He did an interview and said that Vince Vaughn basically has Dodgeball 2 dialed in. They just need Ben Stiller's approval.
Hmm.
You want a Dodgeball 2?
No.
Me neither.
That's an interesting one. Dude, like I just, some movies should just be one and done,
Semi-pro. One and done. Talladega Nights. One and done.
Yeah.
Dodgeball. One and done.
Yeah. You know what's funny though is I do feel like semi-pro they could probably do another one. I think that'd be kind of entertaining.
Like
but
them
like,
in NBA?
yeah, maybe do something like that. But I feel like there's room for growth in that one. Dodgeball, I mean, we have already seen it. They're the true underdog story, right? Or the true underdog story. Like, how are they going to do that again? It just doesn't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't have the same feel to it. We already know they're champions, unless it's gonna be like a Mighty Ducks 2 situation where new people come to the group and they gotta learn how to work together. It's gonna be like that.
Oh, I was
So-
gonna say they can have a chain gym come into town instead of a global gym, but yeah, I don't know how.
Did Vince Vaughn write the original? Do you know?
I was confused why Justin Long said Vince Vaughn, dude. Like, I saw Vince Vaughn on Monday Night Football the other day, and that dude's really articulate. Like, I thought he was just kind of like just some like actor who just kind of whatever. But he's pretty damn articulate.
Yeah, I think he's a smart dude.
He's a pretty smart guy. And did you know he was in Rudy? I didn't know he was in Rudy.
Yeah, very young.
What the hell? Where was I? Well, maybe
I think that's. Oh man, is that where they actually met? Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I was thinking John Farva was in that movie too, but I don't think so.
He did not write Dodgeball. He wrote the story to the breakup, couples retreat, and the internship.
Excuse me, John Farva was in Rudy.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't. Somewhere in my head, I feel like that's where they met each other, Vince and John Farva. But that doesn't. When did Swingers come out? 1990. Yeah, it might have been Rudy. That was 1993. Okay, sorry. I guess I need to look in my trivia more, but that might have been where they actually met.
It had to have been 93 for Rudy, and then Swingers was 96.
Yeah.
And for some reason, John Favreau's in Batman Forever.
Of course. Is he really?
Yeah, he's an assistant to someone. I would love to see.
Like Tommy Lee Jones, probably. Oh no, I don't know. Man, I need to watch that again. Man, okay. Back on topic. Let's crush this news.
Okay, let's crush this news. Next up, exclusive Jurassic World 4 and 5 in development, and Colin Trevorrow is not directing. And my addition to that is good. But
uh,
soon, can we
I
have a Jurassic Park break?
yeah, I just I feel like they need to find something else. Like they need to go to like Jurassic Universe or something. I think we're done with Jurassic World. So when I heard that, you know, I'm kind of glad that Colin is kind of moving away so they can go a different direction with this. But
I don't need to see more of this.
where do you? I don't know where you go from here. Right? We already know it's just gonna be more of the same shit, right? Yes, Brian, you got it. What's your answer?
This is where you team up dinosaurs in Fast and Furious and have Cadillacs and dinosaurs.
Okay, so that's 4, and then what's 5? Who do they team up with then? Street Sharks?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then eventually your universe can come together where the Ninja Turtles meet all the anthropomorphic creatures like the biker mice from Mars, Bucky O'Hare,
Oh, dude.
Street Sharks.
Maybe that's the universe I want created. I want all those in mixed like mutants. So you can have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, biker mice from Mars. Well, they're not. I guess they're aliens. Street Sharks, like they need to be all included. Like
Toxic
I want.
Avenger.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. What if season 2 is coming?
Can I add one more to my quick question?
Yeah.
I would like a Tromaville reboot universe produced by Damien Leone
I like it.
and Seth Rogen. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Sorry. What if season 2 will see the return of Kate Blanchett as Hela? I guess the cool thing about this is we're going to see a what if season 2, and the other thing is I think they're just going to do a Marvel Zombies as like a side series. So
yeah, I think it's getting its own series. Yeah.
So we're going to get a what if and a Marvel Zombies. So I'm good with that.
I like these what ifs just because it's fun to see they do a lot of stuff in a short amount of time, and I like them going off just in crazy directions. I like the what if series. So and then they get good voice actors, even if not all of them are the actual characters. I don't care. They sound close enough.
I agree.
Yeah.
This was
James
not.
Gunn?
No. That was a big one.
Oh, sorry. Shouldn't have put it at 3rd.
No, because this one's not that big. Harley Quinn and Barbie star Margot Robbie wants to direct movies.
Okay, cool. Don't
Good
care.
for you, yeah. And then Hugh Jackman says that he's getting jacked again for Wolverine, and his favorite comic movie is not a Marvel movie, but it is a DC movie. Do you want to take a guess of what DC movie?
I already took a peek. So,
Me too.
yeah, it's not really. And it comes to no surprise. Like,
It's a good movie.
well, okay. It has a really great performance, and I feel like if you're an actor, like that's something that you would be drawn to. And so, if you haven't guessed it, I mean, it's The Dark Knight. Right.
And it has the best vehicles ever.
Wouldn't it be funny if it's Dark Knight Rises and not Dark Knight?
Not even the Dark Knight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, like, I just get it because it was such a great performance by Heath Ledger. Like, it makes sense that why he would say that's his favorite, in my opinion. I didn't read the full article. That's just my guess because that's my favorite part is that aspect of it. Like, there's so many other just stupid little things that I think are thrown in that movie, but Heath Ledger as the Joker just, basically saves the whole movie.
I know we got off the subject of Halloween and celebrities, but if you have a chance, go look at P. Diddy or Puff Daddy or whatever his name is, Sean Combs. He was Heath Ledger's Joker for Halloween, and he went to parties, and every other celebrity said he never broke character, and he was awesome at it. And he looks just like him. Yeah, Puff Daddy. So, last but not least, rolling from a DC news to another DC news is James Gunn and Peter Safran to lead DC movies and TV divisions. This is big news, Peter, because they stole who I think is one of the MCU's biggest directors, and they're allowing him to basically make comic book movies. I have a feeling he's going to give a Trauma, a Peacemaker, and a Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad feel to a lot of these DC movies, which I think they need. They don't need to take themselves as serious anymore. Marvel figured it out. They don't need to be as serious anymore.
Yeah, but also like James Gunn is not afraid to go down that dark route, which I liked that as well. And then like Peter, I looked at his just credits and like, yeah, he's produced a lot of great movies and he's worked a lot with James Gunn, so I guess that makes sense. I guess my question is like, I just hope they can handle this. How many times has DC like switched hands and like they just haven't found that rhythm? They haven't figured out exactly like, okay, this is how we can keep everything together in one universe. Like, and now even then, I still like MCU. I think is almost getting a little bit out of hand, where maybe that's kind of it's losing a little bit of that, especially with the TV shows. But I guess we'll see. But that's what I'm curious about with this whole, them leading the DC and the TV division for them. I mean, I like James Gunn's work, but sometimes, like in my personal opinion, I thought the Suicide Squad was somewhat of a misfire for me.
You weren't that much into it?
No, like I watched it. I was so hyped for it, and I thought it was somewhat of a letdown. So, but there's tons of other movies that James Gunn has done that I absolutely love. So I just I don't know. Like, I think he has a brilliant mind, and I hope that he can just figure out, and he doesn't make it all like, this is what's so great about the MCU. Like, there's a lot of different genres built into the MCU. They kind of all have a little bit of a, undertone of that kind of lightheartedness, per se. But they just have so much, the heist movies, even a little bit of horror now with Doctor Strange 2, and they got fantasy, like that's what you gotta dive into. And I hope, and in the space epics, like I just hope James Gunn and Peter Safran can execute that. I hope they can grow that the same way that Marvel has been able to.
Well, Marvel's just been on Kevin Feige's back, so this is going to be more of a Jon Favreau and what's the other guy's name? The Star Wars guy, David.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, but that was, and I guess that's the whole thing. What are they going to do? Are they going to burn down the DCU and just pretty much start over from scratch? Or like they have some. They're in a tough situation because they have so much stuff already built. Do you abandon what you already done and just move on, and kind of have like what they're currently doing? We're like, all right, we kind of have this universe where these characters are somewhat connected, but then we also have our standalone stuff like Joker and some, like, just the one-off movies like the Batman and stuff like that. Like,
well, Peter, it's a safe move because Peter Safran is, he's part of Peacemaker, Aquaman, Shazam, Blue Beetle.
Yeah, like he's connected to a lot. But again, like, do you try to course correct basically the Snyder universe, or do you abandon it and just go a different direction? Like, can you know what I'm saying? Like they're in, like, you got Black Adam, who apparently doesn't, The Rock doesn't play well with Shazam. Like, he doesn't want to be a part of Shazam. He wants to fight Superman, not Shazam. But Black Adam, Shazam are very much intertwined. like they're almost like the same character, kind of. And then you have Henry Cavill, he's coming back as Superman. So like, you know what I'm saying? So it sounds like they're trying to course correct, but I don't know where they're going to go. Like, are they going to kind of like, just kind of, wink and be like, hey, we're just not going to talk about those Snyder movies, like, I don't know what they're going to do. So it's going to be interesting.
What's funny is we saw the same characters and like, oh yeah, that didn't happen.
What I mean, they honestly could just be like, hey, I know who you are because we've had something in the past, but we're just not going to talk about that. Like, are they going to go back to Darkseid? Like, this is the stuff I'm talking about. Like, Zack Snyder was setting up this whole thing with Darkseid, and like, even in the future, and like stuff with the Flash and Flashpoint. Like, there was so much stuff that he was setting up, and I don't know what they're gonna do with it. And especially like, even then, they got the whole Flash movie that's is if Ezra Miller goes to jail, do you release that?
It's a good point. It's a good point.
I guess what I'm just saying is I'm glad I'm not in the shoes of James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Yeah, they got a lot to pick up.
Yeah. So, all right. Ryan,
Peter,
you ready to give some shout outs?
Heck yeah. We need to have this just loop. Peter, we've had just about a week and a half with our Manscaped. And let me just tell you the most life-changing thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay.
I have been able to shave my goods in the dark.
The way it should be done, right?
Absolutely. It's just, it appeases all people, likes and dislikes. And I can be in the dark and I can do it in private. I could be outside in the woods and still get a good clean shave. You just don't. And that's done with the lawnmower 4.0.
Yeah.
Inductive charging. I mean, like, no holes. So it's.
You don't feel like you're going to get electrocuted, right?
I'm not going to get electrocuted. And the Skin Safe guard is just, it's safe and I can have precision when just shaving up there, dude. So it's life-changing. Everything. Manscaped's the innovator in technology of taking care of yourself. Everything needs a little LED light and something skin safe. It's just been a pleasure. So yeah, how about you? How's your Manscaped experience?
It's been really good. Oh, you gotta turn it on again. I talked about it last time. I really like the deodorant. The thing I didn't mention last week was the Weed Whacker. That's the nose hair trimmer, which again, it's built really nice. There's no light. You don't need a light to go see up your nose because you just shove it up there. But easy to clean. Yeah, camera. All right. Hey, Manscaped, get on that. Add a camera to your Weed Whacker. But it's also waterproof. I haven't had any issues. It seems like the blades are very nice. I haven't had any tugging, which that is like one of the worst things ever. If you have you get your nose hair tugged on, man, it just makes you cry instantly. So no crying when I'm weed whacking my nose. And it's been really nice, and it couldn't have come at a better time. And so we're so lucky to have Manscaped sponsor of B Movies and Beyond. Everyone out there listening, hey, we've been talking about the holidays. Christmas is right around the corner. Give this to your friend. If ladies, give this to your man or just your significant other. Everyone needs to do some grooming, okay? I think that's we just need to have better hygiene. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with our exclusive offer of using code Beyond20. We get 20% off and free shipping. So use our code Beyond20 at manscaped.com. 20% off.
Peter, you and I both have a way better beard than I do, but we both have beards. But what you don't see is what we've taken care of, and that's through Manscaped.
I should
wear
get
the
my
box.
I should get my wife on here to do one of the ads.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But thank you, Manscaped.
Awesome.
Our balls. Thank you.
Yes, they do.
Let's get into some reviews. Reviews.
Woo!
Man, I'm
Absolutely,
excited. Yes. I'm gonna take it away. Okay, is that all right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Do a full episode with just pressing buttons.
Yes, you could. Clerks 2, Clerks 3
Oh, this was on
One
my
more.
list.
to watch.
Yes.
So, yeah, I watched this. I was super stoked when I saw that I could watch it at home now because they were doing that whole touring the movie and everything, which I really wanted to do because they had like a Q&A with like Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith, which I think would have been really cool. But I was stoked to watch this movie. Like, I don't know what it is, but Clerks just holds like a special place in my heart. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. I like his style, and this one, I was shocked. It really pulled at the heartstrings.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So for those that aren't big Clerks fans, I mean, if you haven't seen the first one, shame on you. I mean, that's just a classic right there. And the second one is just hilarious. Like that was probably the last. Well, no, I take it back. That was one of like Kevin Smith's like bigger, like really comedic movies. And I love Clerks 2. So this is Clerks 3. Everyone is older. And again, it's the friendship between Dante and Randall. And so if you don't remember from the original, Dante's the one that he was the clerk for the general store. Shit, I should really know what they called that place. And then Randall worked at the video store. And then you see him in the second one where they're both working at a movies, a fast food chain. And then at the end of that one, they're like, oh man, we should buy that store. That's what we love to do. And that's what they did. And so this takes place after that. And they own that store. They own it together. And it's just them doing their normal stuff, playing hockey on top of the roof and everything. Enjoying life. It starts off kind of really sad as you find out, if you don't remember from Clerks 2, oh man, what was the love interest? Do you remember? She's a Soku now.
Becky?
No.
Becky
Is that
Scott?
was that her name in the movie? But yes, Rosario Dawson.
And it's Quick Stop, Peter.
Quick Stop. Yes. Okay, so they own a Quick Stop. And it starts off like, so they apparently, Dante and her got married, but she died. So yeah, real bummer. She still cameos in the movie. But really kind of sad, like, to learn that, and so that's why Dante's all alone. And then from there it goes into Randall has a heart attack and almost dies, and so kind of like his life flashes, or the lack of his life flashes before his eyes, and he's like, I need to do something now. Like this is his wake up moment where he decides, hey, I'm tired of I'll only watching movies because I love movies. I'm gonna make a movie. So he writes the movie and he's gonna direct it and shoot it and pretty much do it all himself. And it's almost kind of like a recreating of what Kevin Smith did in Clerks, because that's what Kevin Smith just wrote about him working as a clerk. Basically, it's a story about himself pretty much. And so now it's the same thing, but then it has it goes so much deeper than just kind of like a retelling of Clerks, like from Randall's point of view. Again, it goes a lot further into Dante and Randall's relationship. Also, like the fact that these guys really don't do a lot of other acting, right? You don't see them pretty much anywhere else. Brian, man, why did everyone have to have such weird last names? Halloran or
Halloween.
Halloween. Well, here Randall has a good easy name. Jeff Anderson. Again, you don't see these guys in a lot of different movies, right? Pretty much just anything that has Kevin Smith attached to it. Like, he just works for them.
Brian O'Halloween was in Pokemon, okay?
Oh, you're right. Yep, you're right.
Wow.
Okay.
So could you imagine having that career? Like, Kevin Smith is like, hey, we're gonna make one of my my original comedies. You just want to do a movie? He's like, okay. Dude, he's living that like just okay kind of life. Like,
yeah. I think he's probably made enough money to do what he wants. Live pretty comfortably. Like, yeah, it's pretty nice. And here's the thing, though. Between the two of them, I thought they did a great job. Like, they were solid actors. Like, for almost pretty much just working with them. It looks like Brian has a lot more. He's done a lot more work, and I do think he was very good at tugging on those heartstrings for sure. Like, there's scenes with him and dang it, Rosario?
Ahsoka. You could just call her Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, yeah. With her in it, that just like made me tear up, man. And that was like, I think the biggest thing in this movie is that I wasn't expecting that. I did not think I was gonna like feel sad in this movie. And I think part of that is just it's getting older, it's moving on, it's things like that. Like, they touch on all these little things coming, having these crises and helping your friends and all these things. Just, I thought Kevin Smith kind of blended them all really, really well together in this movie. Man, it's kind of hard to describe, but I thought Clerks 2, it came together quite nicely. It's always fun to see all these guys that work with Kevin Smith make all these little cameo appearances. It's also kind of cool just to see them recreate scenes from Clerks, the original Clerks, which was kind of funny. And I think they brought up a lot of the people back that were in Clerks into this movie. So the way that they edited it together, I think Kevin Smith did that. I thought was just perfect. How he showed you, like, hey, this is what we did in the original film, and this is kind of us recreating this right here. And this is to show you this guy aging. So this is a full circle movie, man. This is him kind of going back and going to the audience saying, like, I think look at where we were and how far we've come to this point, and how much, like, it's a little love story to like Clerks, and I think to the fans, in my opinion. I wish you can tell Jason Mewes is kind of I felt like he wasn't as energetic. I guess I think maybe he needed to be on some more drugs now that he's sober. It was a little bit wasn't quite the the Jay and Silent Bob that I remember from previous films, but still very, very entertaining, and I enjoyed them quite a bit. It's really funny is that so obviously the video store is gone, right? So Jay and Silent Bob, they have the store next to them, and it's a weed shop. They sell weed there.
No.
But yeah, but they still, because they're always selling weed right in front of the shop, they still do that. So they're still out in the front selling weed and like making it seem like it's illegal to do, like, hey, we gotta keep it on the download.
So they're selling weed in front of their weed shop, like
Yeah.
drug dealer. Oh my god!
it's just so stupid but funny. Yeah. So I think I love it. I think Clerks is just, you just hit every single level of Kevin Smith, man. I think all three of these films now are just great in my opinion. You know, these are the ones that I could come back to time and time again. And this one, if you are a Clerks fan and a Kevin Smith fan, like you won't be disappointed, and I think you might shed a tear as well. It is a nice send off, and to conclude the trilogy for Clerks. So
I'm going to ask you this question, like I asked about Halloween Ends. Is this the end?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. And I think once you watch it, you'll agree with me because of how it ends.
Perfect. Okay.
I don't think they can, if they do something, it's gonna be very, very different. You know, it doesn't have the endings from Clerks and Clerks 2, right? Like this is one where it seems like they put that big old period at the end and they're done. The end.
Well, good. Some things need to come to an end, and trilogies are good for that.
Yeah. I love it, man. Like I think Kevin Smith is just like in a really great space right now where he gets to be very creative and just kind of do what he loves to do and stay true to that, who he is. And that's what I like about, that's what I liked about Jay and Silent Bob Rebooted. I thought that one was pretty entertaining and very true. And this one's just right up there. Like, I think this one's better than Jay and Silent Bob Rebooted. I really think he nailed this one. So
Clerks is like his movie that he always goes back to. And I feel like Jay and Silent Bob is like the fan service, Like Clerks is Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith gives us Jay and Silent Bob as a fan service.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, there's so many, dude. He has some good movies out there, and it's kind of.
I don't know why people rag on Kevin Smith. He's just a good director, and he just knows how to be such a good person with his fan base, and that's why he has such a strong fan base.
Oh yeah. And I think he just stays true to himself. Like you see it when he starts doing other things that he's not fully involved with. Like he had a rough time on. Like you hear, try watching Cop Out, man. That was something he didn't write it. He was just directing, and you can see it was just. He just put it together and here you go. It didn't have the same feel where you can feel the love of what he's creating, what he's crafting. So I highly recommend Clerks 2 or Clerks 3, and Clerks 2 and Clerks for that matter. And go check it out whenever you can VOD stuff.
Maybe I need to just catch up on all the Kevin Smith movies and just do a marathon of those, and that should be a weekly podcast with B Movies and Beyond.
Maybe that's another one we need to put on the list, dude. We pretty much have our 65 more episodes that planned out, so we're golden.
We're golden. We are good, and then we're done.
Yep, that's it.
Peter, I've talked about it all month, and I've hyped up the sequel, but I watched Terrifier The original one. This is how I watched it. Are you ready?
Yes.
Jeremy had an art show closing. So he was closing the artists. And you saw his art in our last episode. So it's
Yeah, if you go to youtube.com/@bmoviesbeyond, you can see our latest episode 296, or you can see the artwork behind Ryan, Jeremy, and Kira.
and it was a great show, and the art was fantastic, and the presentation was on point. But
Did you get any?
no, I didn't. But there's enough.
Didn't rip it out the wall?
No, the artist did though. He was like, "Here, take this one." But what was really cool is we turn off the lights and turn on like these multicolor LEDs. So some of the pieces were changing colors and just really psychedelic.
Oh, nice.
It was Saturday night, so it was kind of difficult to get people like during the 6 to 11 time frame. Like I was like, what's going on? Why is nobody downtown? Well, they were getting their costumes on is what they were doing. So when it got dark, Jeremy busts out a projector and we projected a movie on the side of my car on the street of Larimer. So I watched Terrifier on the streets of downtown with everybody walking by, and
Wow. So people, or is this some people like just like, holy shit, what?
yeah, Jeremy a couple times kept coming out and he's like, dude, I forgot how graphic this movie is. And I was like, just let it play. Just let it play.
Wow.
And dude, some people in the exhibit were just like, what are you watching? I was like, dude, just watch it. You gotta
watch it.
watch it. And I mean, all the graphic scenes on the side of my 4Runner, like big white vehicle, like it was just projected on there. But I watched the whole movie. Like I
Wow.
sat there and I drank some beers on the side of the street, welcomed people to walk in, saw their reactions, and I watched the entire movie. And dude, just such a fucking good movie.
Nice.
And there's a reason the sequel is getting as much as attention, because the sequel's that much better. But Terrifier, dude, just Art the Clown, he's gonna be the next. My niece said it, she asked me the other day, she goes, hey, have you seen Terrifier 2? I was like, yeah, twice. And she goes, I watched the original again. And Art is just so scary as a clown, and I said, sweetie, he's gonna be like the next big clown. Like he's gonna be your generation's Pennywise or who's another clown? Not John Wayne Gacy, but
yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
The Joker.
Dude, is there another clown that I'm missing?
Like a horror icon though?
Yeah.
No, I think we nailed it.
Sure. I feel like I just like literally missed one.
I mean, Pennywise is the biggest one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. Captain Jack Sparrow. Not Sparrow, but Captain Spaulding.
Spaulding. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But it's Pennywise, dude. So
yeah.
Art's gonna take the reins of Pennywise.
Well, I mean, and just I would just say like for slasher films in general, like this is the next thing, right?
He's up there with Jason and Mike Myers, and he's gonna be an icon for. They don't know what they stumbled on to yet.
Yeah, are we gonna get like 13 movies of Terrifier? Like it'll be interesting to see if they can keep on one-upping themselves. Like now it's just a challenge for themselves.
I think that's what a lot of those 80s and early 90s horror movies were like. How do we up the ante? And then the 90s came and they're like, shoot, maybe we should create a story about this. And then it failed, and they're like, how do we up the ante? So,
hey, you know what I didn't? Sorry, I didn't ask. Terrifier 2 is like, so Terrifier 1 was kind of. What year would you say that was like kind of set in? Like I got like a 90s type vibe.
I got a modern day, like
did you?
Like current day. Yeah.
And so Terrifier 2 is the same modern day.
Yeah, yeah. It's that Generation Z. Um, and that's what I like about these horror movies now is it's adapting to that generation. So we're getting all these young kids who are excited about these like good horror films. And for a moment I had to sit back and I'm like, should I be showing my niece this movie? Yeah, yeah. She's fine. I was watching them. So but hey, it's on Netflix. Your last spooky season hurrah, just go watch Terrifier. And then on top of that, Terrifier 2 came out on Screambox. Watch it, just try and get the free trial or give them $6 for the month. Like just so you can watch this movie because it's life-changing and it's one of those things where you're witnessing modern day history and a modern day icon develop. So continue to support the small guys and make them the big guys so the next small guys can make their movies. And we could see Art the Clown in Trauma. I don't know. Or in my Spawn universe. Or in your Biker Mice from Mars universe.
Man, I've been trying to talk this whole time and I was muted. Terrifier is no longer on Netflix, just FYI.
Oh, did it leave? Okay, it's on Screambox. So go support Screambox.
Yeah,
and other
there you go.
movies are on there like Sleepaway Camp. And you know what else you can see on there? You could see like they have channels. You can watch like different channels and just let it play. So
nice. I feel like this is a transition to our last segment.
Oh man, I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
You didn't even know you were doing it.
I know.
Oh God. Oh. I'll have what she's having.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Screambox apparently.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Ryan. I think you should go. What was that?
Except for if you're Evan.
Oh yeah. No thanks, bro. Yeah, Screambox. I mean, that's a good poll right there, having Terrifier and Terrifier 2. So it's on my to-do list. That's one of the movies I need to catch up on for that I missed out on Halloween, which sadly I can't get into the movie theater, which I think that is the proper way to do it. So if you still if there's still time and you haven't done that and you can't do it, but that's not my recommendation. That's just more a service announcement.
I like service announcements too. That's a good idea.
Mine, I started watching the Cabinet of Curiosities, the Guillermo del Toro like anthology show that's on Netflix right now.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I've watched a couple episodes so far. Each one is different director. And they got a pretty good production value on it, and they got some decent actors in it. First one dealt with demons, the second one rats. Like it's all over the place, and it's really cool, really well made. So check it out on Netflix.
I'm down for that. I would watch that. He made a Pinocchio movie coming out, right? Or did it come out?
It might already be out, but I'm not interested in that.
Both of them, dude. I haven't watched either one of those.
Not interested in either one.
Oh, it's coming out November 11th in theaters, and then Netflix December 9th. So don't care about Pinocchio. But your series looks pretty damn good, Peter. And I know it was a service announcement for Screambox, but last one I touched on watching Hills, which is a show about low budget wrestling inherited by two sons because their dad committed suicide in like Georgia.
Ouch.
And the cool thing is the main character is
Green Arrow.
Green Arrow, Stephen Amell or Casey Jones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and I never realized he was a good actor. Like I think I was so turned off by the fact he was Casey Jones and didn't really play the Casey Jones in my mind. I feel like if they were going to get like an actor or like a professional wrestler to be Casey Jones, it needs to be like CM Punk or someone. And yeah, just get a hockey player.
Not a rollerblader.
A street shark, dude. Wouldn't that be the coolest transition if like that's how the universe like collided? Like Casey Jones turned into a streaks from Street Sharks.
I like it.
And he had like a couple of hockey buddies, and they're like,
how they're connected.
The turtles are like, oh, Casey Jones is this, and then he just ends up being a street shark. That would be so.
We talk about it enough, Ryan. I'm sure it's gonna happen eventually. Someone's gonna hear that, like, oh man, that's a good idea.
Dude, Seth Rogen, listen to this episode. You should tell this one. Seth Rogen, listen to this episode.
All right, we'll put it out there. Or maybe we should just, is he on Twitter? I can just say, hey, while you're at it, you're doing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why don't you do Street Sharks too? Huh?
Huh?
So, yeah. Huh? Well, Ryan, it's been a hoot.
It's been a hoot.
It has been. That's 297's in the books, man. We're moving on next week to 298.
We have like 68 more episodes.
And then who knows what's going to happen.
We're going to be B-movies and beyond the movie.
Let's start writing it right now.
I like it.
Thanks everyone for listening. Check out our website, bmoviesbeyond.com, and the YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe everything that we do, because we need your support.
Like a bra.
That's right. And until next time,
pew pew out. Gotta get my DJ in.
Do it with your fingers.
And the microphone.
Up and down. Around.
Be sure to visit bmoviesbeyond.com.